Well, we've seen a lot of crazy things happening recently, especially with the Challenger Series coming out right now. We've seen a lot of innovations on Split. Of course, given in tandem, there have been some minor altercations to the map itself from the developers. One thing we've been seeing a lot of, and I think it's been a surprise to some, is kind of the recent addition of Viper on a lot of the attacks for Split. It's a pretty good composition, but it's a tough one to master. If we do see it come out from one side today, I think it's going to be an extremely dominant Split matchup. But if we go more par of the course and have, like you said, a double Killjoy setup, it could very well go either way going into this. Sedated, I think, does have a bit more leverage, being a much more defined team going into this. But ultimately, I think it's all going to really start about how the agent composition is going to come out on both sides.
Absolutely. We'll be keeping a close eye on the picks as they start to roll in here. And the agent selection does look like actually we've been gifted a Valentine's Day glitch here in the agent selection. So
Oh, there we go.
there we go.
Oh, no Viper.
Getting a quick eye on some of the picks there. No Viper, but we did see the double Killjoy rolling in for either of these teams. So the defending side becomes ever important here to see how many rounds you can eke away from your opponent here starting out. I do believe it will be Sedated starting out on defense. A great deal of pressure to get these group stage matches started. We'll also be keeping a close eye on Tanaka, who, if my eyes don't deceive me, will be picking up the Jet for this match.
Yeah, the Jet has been really popular on Split for the longest time now. We have seen Reyna and pretty much all the duelists really reign supreme here. One thing to note, and maybe we did see it in the agent composition, is Sage is also a very popular pick. Probably being S tier on this map, with Icebox being the other one as well. And hey, what do you know? We see a Sage. But here's the interesting caveat to that, though, right? You have the Sage on French Toast Mafia side, but you have the Breach on Sedated. You give one, you take one for both sides. Definitely a little bit more of an aggressive comp coming out from Sedated. And I'm wondering if that Sage Wall and the revives are going to be enough to stall out that really heavy push. Keep an eye on, though, on Scully. He's already going to be pushing up a little bit more, but this Sage is playing the entry instead. Roaming around, going to the top. It's going to be the spike in the possession, going for the entry pick, but instead, Super's able to find one instead. It's going to be, though, relegated to ropes, going far and far away. It's going to be A-Heaven already in the control of most of the French Mafia, and Sedated's whittling away like flies to a swatter.
Elevate cleaning up shop there on A site, sending the attackers on over towards B. So the three remaining attackers now faced with Jagamo and Sinker for the side of Sedated. Jagamo already taking serious damage from this Heaven position. Drops down Supra, finishes him off, and Sinker now in a 1v3. Still has that turret in the pocket ready to go. Razzie waiting there just below. It's gonna clean up the triple kill, taking down Sinker, and more importantly, keeping that Killjoy from getting going. So French Toast Mafia already off to a strong start here for this new team's first entry to the Valorant Sunday Showdown.
Strong is definitely one way of putting it, Dilly, and strong it is. They just ransacked their way up a ramp through the Heaven side and never really faced much of an opposition. The frenzy meta has been so strong, and it's funny enough, I think it was Lex who coined the term, and he was formerly on Sedated himself. So it's a little bit of a salt in the wound procedure there, but we do see Tanaka, though, holding an aggressive position. He gets the audio cues of people running throughout, but look at this, though. The trade around, the grenades possibly coming through and trying to stall out as much as they can for this aggressive push. They're already on site.
French Toast Mafia not wasting any time, taking over A site, and they've completely pushed Sedated off of this territory, able to get the spike down, no trouble at all. Jagamo on the flank with Sinker once more here, but they've got two more teammates this time around, and here they come on the retake. The Paranoia goes out blind. Scully Supra gets taken out by Jagamo. Elevate follows up onto Animo, and now Jagamo surging forward onto site, takes down Scully. French Toast Mafia having a tough time standing up to this retake, but Razzie is still going. Picks up the triple kill, pops the teleport. Oh, the timing working out perfectly for Razzie as his teammates fell around them. Razzie stood tall, and French Toast Mafia, it was a dicey journey to get here, but they've got 2 rounds in a row in the pocket, and now Sedated off the back of that force spy aren't going to be left much to go with here in this third round.
I mean, these early rounds are working very well for French Toast. They're able to just rush on through. They have the potential bonus now. If they can make it work with the Stingers and Spectres, their economy is going to be looking really good for a really long time. Sedated, they can only buy pistols and sheriffs. That's the most they can really get out of this composition. But already, Jogamo holding a very aggressive outpost here at the top of heaven, looking through his one way to see maybe, just maybe, if he can find a headshot and kind of even out the odds a little bit more. Unfortunately, though, the smokes are going to be a little bit short-lived. They are going to go away, but already the kills are coming on through on the red side. It's going to be French Toast Mafia melting people away. But look who's left. It's only down to a single duelist so far away, hiding down on the ropes, but they melt away as well. The Wraith, the only one left, is going to fall just as quickly. A flawless comes out from the French Toast.
This is a really big start for the French Toast Mafia. We are talking about how important it is for both of these teams to get as many rounds as they can on the CT side of this map. The Killjoy especially lending itself to that CT composition, but Sedated thus far 0-3 in attempts to get around on this defending side. French Toast Mafia, they've got the defended-minded composition with that Sage in tow, but the attack is looking especially strong for French Toast Mafia. Sedated looking to get a response together, already pushing forward up into this B corridor, looking for a fight. Branded sends out the paint shells. Elevate is there for backup. Supra responds with a utility of their own and the push for good measure, but loses out to Branded as Scully surges forward, picks up a kill alongside Riceballin. So the kills going 2 for 2 here as Jagamo picks one up on the backside. French Toast Mafia, they've diced their feet a little bit moving forward onto this B site. Sinker takes down Scully, able to get away with the hit and run. Tanaka up on Heaven's going to be looking to land a shot with that operator. French Toast Mafia, though, have gotten their feet stuck in the sand. There is simply nowhere to go. Does pick up the spike, does Razzie, picks up the kill as well. Is there another clutch in the cards here for Razzie?
Only one left alive now. It's going to be Razzie. He might be able to bring this back, but he's going to get a headshot from the other imposter. Jagamo's able to find him, and that is going to be a beautiful round coming out from Sedated. They're playing slower now. They're playing around the fact that French Toast Mafia just absolutely love aggression. We've seen aggression not once, not twice, but now for 4 different rounds, and 3 of which have worked in their favor. Now, if they want to go for A again, it seems to be their better bet. It's been flawless for them every time they've gone to this site. But if they go for B again, they could either try to ego challenge them and try to show Sedated that they can actually win a B site, or they might just go back to safety on A, and it seems like they're going to opt for the latter, going for A site where it's safer, where there's less defenders. All they have to worry about here is Jagamo.
Jagamo, so dangerous here in these situations. A proven player, has been a part of more than a couple rosters, but brings success to every team that they've been a part of. Jagamo seems to have put the fear into the heart of the French Toast Mafia, not surging forward onto A site with their usual aggression. French Toast Mafia have played at a much higher pace in the earlier rounds prior to this 5th one. Tanaka, moments away from finding a snipe there, backs away just in the nick of time, goes over onto that A corridor. There's the sight, there's the headshot for Tanaka. We said we were going to be looking for Tanaka on that jet to make the big plays. There's a big play to get us started off in this 5th round, and now the clock ticking down under 45 seconds. French Toast Mafia have to make a decision, and they have to make a decision soon. Looks like they want to go for a pincer here on A site, but there's too many defenders lurking in the shadows. French Toast Mafia having a tough time coming to any conclusions here.
20 seconds left on the clock now. Things are getting more intense. B site might be the way to go yet again. Sedated has the advantage, but even then the Showdown are going to collide right in. At what cost? Well, 3 different bodies across the board for Sedated. Going to go down or finding them. French Toast, though, not going to find the best solutions, though. It's going to be another round in the favor of Sedated side.
That is big news for Sedated fans. They were able to get the full buy. not only were they able to get the full buy, but they're able to correlate it into wins as well. Sedated picking up 2 rounds in a row, building that bankroll. And French Toast Mafia now, bit of a cobbled together buy, a bit of a cobbled together economy. Only Scully really looking healthy with 7,000 credits in the bank. It's going to hand out some rifles to the team. Very charitable is Scully, but it's going to take more than charity to get French Toast Mafia a re-extended lead here. Branted looking to push the issue, looking to tie this one up. 3 apiece, but it's gonna be Tanaka who starts off the fireworks, takes down Animal. Scully pops the Empress on the backside now. It's gone completely undetected on this flank. Sedated have piled into these back corridors now as the spike goes down on A site once more. Tanaka picks up the double kill, takes down Supra. French Toast Mafia, they've got the spike down, yet to find any kills here. Could Scully pull the rug out from under the defender's feet? Granted, pushes forward, Sinker takes down Razzie. Now just 1 attacker remaining as the defuse looks to stick through. Scully unable to land anything with that Empress, and a missed opportunity for the French Toast Mafia.
The French Toast Mafia were really strong in the beginning, but now it seems like they're starting to get cooked to a crisp a little bit more. Sedated has been looking really nice once they're able to get the retake. Once they can find their footing on the actual bomb site that French Toast Mafia is on, it's usually wraps. It's these early round aggressions, though, where French Toast has the advantage. They've been able to get in, get out very quickly, and it's just only a matter of time until they get the opening pick and run with it. But if they can't find the opening pick, the entire round is lost for them.
Absolutely. Now we take a look at the 2 ultimates available on the board here. The Resurrection available for the attackers, and they're certainly going to need it. Tanaka once more gets the action started, prompts the Resurrection from Riceball and heals his buddy Supra there. Now French Toast Mafia without that tool in their kit. Sedated still with a lockdown in the pocket, ready to go. They may not need it. Branted takes down Animal. The Killjoy off the board for French Toast Mafia with only 4 attackers remaining. Still trying to apply some pressure over towards this B side. Sinker holding it down here. Dodges away from the paint shells as Tanaka adds another notch to the tally. Riceballin, though, pushing forward, able to win out over Sinker. Now Elevate looking to take this challenge. May not even need to as Branton takes down Scully. Here comes Elevate on the backside. The kills go 1 for 1, 2 times over, leaving us in this 2v1. Tanaka has been so dangerous with the op in their hands. Can they convert it to a round win? Yes! Tanaka on the triple kill. Sedated make it 3 rounds in a row.
Sedated has found the macro adaptations that they need to figure out French Toast, it seems. Now, granted, a lot of the time, Split can be a pretty attacker-centric map. Going and rushing in is a really good benefit at times for going to A site. But Sedated has found their way to maneuver and slow down the push. They don't have a Sage to work with, so they can't physically slow down French Toast Mafia as well. They have the Killjoy and its turrets, and that seems to do the job pretty well once it goes to B. But on A site, they have to rely raw on strength. Tanaka's going to go for the up shot yet again. He might be able to find 1, maybe 2 if he's lucky, but the turret's going to give tell exactly where the push is coming from. The one-way is going to help out a little bit more, stalling it out. The Lear going to be blocking out of the way, able to find the shoes of Scully, though. That's another one to fall, but what about this up? Can they get themselves away? Might not matter. The Moldow going down in A, made a triple from Jogamo, but it's short-lived. There's still 2 more to deal with. One does have an ult, but the other one is the Omen. He is able to bring the smokes up above, but even then, he has to pick up something a little bit better than a Stinger, but it's short-lived yet again. The Spike keeps trading hands, but it's not enough. Sedated bringing another round home.
5 rounds in a row for Sedated. They are looking quite the opposite of Sedated. They are looking rather energized. We touched on the importance of getting as many rounds on this defender side of the map as you can, and Sedated have risen to the challenge. They stumbled out of the starting blocks to get this match started, but they have regained control now, picking up 5 rounds in a row. No small feat up against this star-studded roster here for French Toast Mafia. We'll see. French Toast Mafia can try and stop the bleeding. They may want to address the situation with a bit of aggression, but already the aggression being punished by the defenders here. And Tanaka once more getting the first blood here. That's so many first bloods for Tanaka. That's so many snipes landing on the members of French Toast Mafia. They have been absolutely decimated here in this 9th round.
Oh, Dilly, this is a rough showing for Animal right now. You have to rotate through the sewers, the murky depths below. No spike in your possession. There's a minute left on the clock they have to burn away, and there's nothing you can do. Are you going to waste your lockdown in a 1v5 trying to get the spike back? Or even if you magically do, use the lockdown for the post plant? No, you're not going to do any of that. All you can do is sit there and look pretty for a little while as things kind of get counted down. 45 seconds is a lot of time for these defenders to go and find this final kill. Do you think any 6 of these people want to wait around? No. Even Animal's already tired of it. He's going to go for an attempted flank, maybe try to find one, but even then, though, he's almost going to find the shots of Giacomo, but being on the ropes, it gets a little inaccurate at times. Sedated are going to find yet another round, and now already this half is looking cleanly in their favor.
My heart was broken for Animal there in that moment. The added inaccuracy from those ropes coming in clutch for Giacomo in that moment. So Sedated now 6 rounds in a row. They have gone untouched since the 4th round of this match, and now they are sitting pretty. 3 ultimates in the bank, though French Toast Mafia on the opposite side haven't been able to pick up the rounds. They have been able to save those ultimates. The very same 3 ultimates in the pocket for French Toast Mafia. We may see dueling lockdown. Ooh, we see the showstopper, and the show is stopped. Scully takes down Branted. That's a wasted ultimate there for Sedated. Tanaka can't land the snipe. Supra wins out in that duel, and French Toast Mafia poised to strike back at Sedated.
Holy moly, look at this. Everywhere is just absolute chaos right now. Singer's able to find Scully. Okay. I'm not sure which Molly that was, but it was one of them.
One of them.
Yikes. And sure, there's trades going throughout, but this was a trap. And now there's only one left alive. Make that 0. Sedated again. Hook, line, and sinker in the water. That was the biggest trap I think I have seen in casting Valorant. That was so well timed.
That was brilliance from Sedated. They lured all of us into this false sense of security, French Toast Mafia included. That round looked all signed and sealed for French Toast Mafia to take control, but Sedated, they waited in the shadows. They set the trap, as you said, and when it sprung, French Toast Mafia were left without a chance in that round. That's so scary for French Toast Mafia. Sedated didn't even need Tanaka, who has been ever reliable for the defenders here. That wasn't even on the table for Sedated, and still they were able to seal that round, able to continue their streak here in this first half to 7 rounds in a row. And French Toast Mafia with 4 ultimates in this round, if they were ever going to put their foot down, it's got to be now. Scully lurking around this corner, inches away from a confrontation. Luckily for them, they back away as Tanaka once more. We said so reliable as Tanaka, getting yet another opening kill here in this 11th round.
A minute left. One body's gone through the entirety of all these matches here. Animals could be pushing up and I'm seemingly by themselves. The spikes could be on the other side down below in Vens, but that's not going to stop Animal. He is quite literally an animal. Call him a Muppet because he's going to fall. Singer's able to find one, and then the bodies are falling to the floor everywhere you look. But here's the thing to keep in mind, right? French Toast Mafia have 2 ults. Okay, maybe 1 ult, maybe 0 ults now on the board. Giacomo's going to steal those away for himself, but that's going to leave Sage, the only one with the spike, able to find one at the very least. Going to wall things up. They could potentially go for a revive now, but there's no bodies around whatsoever. 18 seconds, things are not impossible for this Sage, but that's going to require these defenders to play a little bit slowly. A lot of utility on the board for the Sage, except for a single bullet to the brain. There's not much you can do. Your brainstem has shut down.
Wow, really heartbreaking things for Riceballin happening all in succession there. An excellent kill onto Tanaka for Riceballin. Kept that round alive, but the operator just under that ice wall really spelled the end for French Toast Mafia in that 11th round. And now Sedated look nigh unstoppable. 8 rounds in a row for the defenders. We've touched on it before and we'll touch on it again. The defending side for this map is so key. It is crucial to winning this map, and Sedated have done an excellent job thus far, securing 8 rounds for themselves in the first half. They're in a prime position to wrap this one up and secure their spot in the top 32. French Toast Mafia, a lot of tough questions for them to answer here. 5 ultimates in the pocket, but it seems that we've been talking about these ultimates for ages. We wait to see when they come alive. That will be the first one. The lockdown saved for this final round of the half. There's the response coming out from Sedated. The dueling lockdowns making things rather difficult. These teams are finding themselves in a bit of a stalemate. Now here comes the second of the 5 ultimates available for French Toast, but may not matter. The rug is being pulled out from under their feet. Giacomo closes in. The kills go 1 for 1. There's the resurrection used on Skelly. Razzie and Supra combined for 2 big kills. And now French Toast Mafia in a 5v2 to get themselves a very much needed 4th round and make it a 5v1.
One left alive again. It's going to be Sedated now in the backseat. One's going to fall at the very least. It's not going to be a flawless win anymore. But now, again, no spike. And even close to you on the defense here. You have to go to the other side of the country. You have to go to B site. Going through ropes. A lot of audio cues could come into fruition if this Killjoy is not careful. Sinker has to go on forwards. There's only one way for him to push. Albeit, though, if he makes it to heaven and doesn't get taken down, he stretches out his avenues to 2. He could go 2 different ways now, but he has no idea where anybody is. The Showstopper's going to completely miss. One on top of Raptors, not too far away. Another one's resting in hell, but it's all but over, pretty much. They know exactly where he's at. One trade comes down, the 1 for 1 as well, connecting, and it's a 4-point deficit going forwards here. Dilly, it's a tough situation for French Toast Mafia, but one positive is that we do see them now on the defense. I think they have a better composition to win defensive rounds than Sedated even did. And I think a huge part of that is going to be the Sage.
Absolutely. We are in for the long haul here in this game. Grab your popcorn, grab your soda. We are here for the long run. French Toast Mafia will certainly be looking to lock this map down with this composition rather. And we said early on, this is what their team is built for, to keep Sedated from making their plays, to keep them locked out from where Sedated want to go on this map. And we'll see how it works out for French Toast Mafia here in this 13th round. There goes the Sage Wall, wasting no time, cutting off that mid avenue for Sedated, but they're not interested. They're interested in pushing up a ramp. Tanaka wins out over Riceball, and Supra finds the revenge, and Scully there for backup, but Sedated have other plans. They've sent the play on over towards B-side, and Razzie, the walls are closing in. Can Razzie win out? There's the first one. Elevate finds the revenge. The kills going for 2 for 2 here as the spike goes down. Scully up in heaven trying to make that frenzy work. Now is the retake situation. Elevate can't convert the kill, but Giacomo's got his back. There's Supra for the double kill. Giacomo picks up a double of their own, and now Scully in the 1v1. Goodness gracious. Scully wins out over Giacomo. That's 2 rounds in a row for French Toast Mafia.
Going to be important for French Toast to start bringing these back on the defense. The pistol round, very important. We saw the frenzy meta come out yet again between both of these teams, and it's really important to take note of that. Being able to use those kind of RNG weapons, go those high-octane pistol shots, it allows a lot more versatility for what is usually a very slow round in terms. Now, these next 2 rounds are going to be interesting. A lot of the time, regardless if you win or lose in the current meta, you buy up to a Stinger, or if you feel extra special, you could go for a Spectre too, but the Stinger is usually the bread and butter. We have to wait and see now how things go. We do have the spike in the possession of A site, and the Breach is going to be taking a solo journey into mid, but the crux of the round is going to be having towards A site. Super is able to find the opening pick. It's still, and again, in the favor of French Toast. But as they rotate around, they might realize that a little too much defense is going to be on mid and on A site. they're effectively trapped, unless they want to wait out the time and try to circle their way around on the B, but that's already Sage walled off. They have to go for A.
Sedated here. Looks like the pressure may be starting to wear on them already early on in the second half. Finding a tough time rather, dealing with French Toast Mafia's defensive setup. Sedated on over towards the A site, though it seems this may have been their second choice. See if they can hold it down, holding off these 5 remaining defenders. Supra up in heaven looking for the angle as his teammates get set up in place. There's the push, shut down by Sinker. Razzie takes down Brandon. Sinker picks up the double kill. Jagamo holds off Scully. Riceball finds the trade onto Jagamo, leaving just Sinker already, who has found 2 kills in this round. Is gonna have to find 2 more. Looking for this peak, already taking big damage. No armor remaining for Sinker. No problem. Sinker on the clutch. 1v2 for the quadra kill. Sedated on 9 rounds.
What a fantastic round coming up from Sedated. That was a round they desperately needed in their benefit. Look how big their stretches of wins were in the first half. They won so many rounds in a row now, and now they're at least able to top up a little bit more. 1 away now from reaching double digits, and of course that means currently they're 4 away from potentially moving on in the VCS this week. One of these teams is going to be struck by Cupid's bow, but it seems like the red team seem to have a little bit more of a benefit this time around. Sinker, of course, can be pushing up early on. The Molly's already activating. Duelists are going back and forth. They are going nuts on each other, but Razzie's still holding on tight inside B main. A whole lot of different action, all sparsed out throughout the map, but Sedated's able to make a double kill work with the utility. Of course, though, it doesn't quite end there. A minute 20 left on the clock. Look exactly where the push is coming from. They're going to go through B main. The attacking Killjoy has a lockdown going down, but will that be enough? The answer seems to be yes as we reach the post plan.
This could spell heartbreak here for French Toast Mafia. This is where their composition had to excel, and Sedated are giving them a very tough fight. Branted sneaks up on Razzie, takes his head off, and now Animal in the 1v4. This looks all but impossible and is signed, sealed, and done with. Branted picks up the quadra kill. Sedated pick themselves up onto double digits, and French Toast Mafia, after that big investment, are left with some tough economic questions to answer, and it looks like it will be the secondary weapons once more. But if you take a look on over at Sedated, they are being conservative with the money. There is cash available for some Phantoms, for some Vandals, but Sedated, understanding the situation, understanding where their opponent is at, is going to save the money, is going to play the long con here. See if they can keep that momentum rolling as French Toast Mafia are working with all they have got here in the 16th round. Sinker sends out the turret to do a little bit of recon. Scully gets the 1-for-1 trade there with Sinker, losing Animal in the process. Supra on the backside can't find the kill. Tanaka will back up Supra, Riceball, and takes down Tanaka, backing up Supra. Jagamo here on the back of site goes 1-for-1. Riceball finding the double kill, finding the resurrection as well. Sends us into a 3v2. The Empress rolling for French Toast Mafia. Can this be where they turn the tide? The push from Razzie goes unabated. Elevate now, trying to hold down this site, can't stay alive, and French Toast Mafia keep Sedated within arm's reach for now.
A beautiful defuse coming out again. French Toast Mafia is still in the game a little bit longer. But Branted, though, Dilly, he's an absolute monster on his own. He is helping Sedated stay on the board and have such a huge lead. And Jagamo.
Really impressive stuff from Jagamo. 20, 10, and 4. That is an MVP stat line if I've ever seen one. And French Toast Mafia certainly have a tough task on their hands trying to put a stop to Jagamo, who's been so deadly, not just in the 1v1s, but on the flank as well. French Toast Mafia have to keep their eyes peeled, or Jagamo will slip in behind them. For now, French Toast Mafia sending 2 members up on rafters on B, but Jagamo once more pushing forward rather haphazardly, loses out to Scully. Maybe the stat line going to his head a bit. Now Sedated in a 4v5. They've had control for so much of this match. Can they retain it in this disadvantageous position?
There.
It's going to be a disadvantaged position for sure, Dilly. Things are looking a little dire right now on both sides. Already one body gone on Sedated side. They push now, they might lose more. They're completely fractured. They push up, B main, they could be the end of this round right here. But if they want to wait a little bit longer, they could go for mid as well. They are congregating, it seems, around mid side, or at least on the very edge of B main. But that spike is still taking a little bit. They're expecting a flank that might never come. But look at the setup here. Positions are looking good. Pushing slowly but surely forwards, but they have a Sage on their side. It's not going to be on B necessarily just yet, but Animal's going to fall. Brandon's able to find one. Showstopper's going to nail a second. He's able to clear out the site a little bit longer, but that paint grenade's going to force off the positioning of Rice Ball, but only for so long. Flashes go down, turrets come up. This is a great time for them to get the spike down, and they're able to do so. Razzie having full control, or at least did have control of Heaven's going to fall as well. That's going to leave things to a very interesting 2v2 here. Scully's in a great spot to bring things back. He has to do so now. He has to collapse onto the site. It's completely empty except for a Killjoy turret. They're not too far behind though, hiding around the corners, waiting for those bolts, waiting for the audio cues. But that will never come. Instead, they're flashed out. Rolling Thunders go on by. They're blinded out completely. It's all just a waste of time. They have to push something, but no! Elevate's gonna make it work instead. Scully's gonna find not a zero, but Elevate with a double kill is gonna secure things, playing a beautiful game of cat and mouse, where the mouse never found the cheese.
Excellent stuff from Sedated there. That coordinated team play is what will serve a team like this very well in this stage of the tournament and in the later stages as well. It just looked like French Toast Mafia didn't have a hope in that round. Sedated so confidently holding on to site, and then that positioning post spike plant was undeniable from French Toast Mafia, and now Sedated are one round away from match point. Here in this second round, Tanaka gets up and over the wall, takes down Razzie. An important first kill for Sedated to get. See if Scully can find the revenge. Yes, Scully has been so dependable for French Toast Mafia. Has to come up big once more here on A site. Has a bit of help with the Roomba there, but Branted takes Scully down. Sedated now in a 4v3 as they spill out onto site. Animal in the backside here, only a classic in hand. The work is certainly cut out for the defender. Supra with the Vandal and the Showstopper available, trying to get some damage done, but it's going to be Riceball taking down Elevate, bringing this into a 3v3. French Toast Mafia very much alive in this round. Jagamo has been taken low as well, has to play this safe. Animal now peeking, takes the fight, trades the damage, winning out over Branted for now. Branted takes down Supra. Animal takes down Branted. Now 2v2, make it a 2v1 as Jagama takes down Riceball, and Animal has to clutch this out. Can't do so. Sedated onto match point.
Pretty good for Sedated right now, doubling the points over French Toast Mafia. It was a really close beginning here, and I think we all kind of expected to have the Sage and Killjoy composition be a strong and crazy defense, but it just seems like between the two teams, attacking is where it's at. Sedated, they were really strong on their own defense only a few minutes ago, but their attacks themselves are looking even better. They're almost flawless. It'll only take, what is that, two more rounds for things to even out, at the very least for French Toast to get the same amount of rounds on both sides, but we've only seen 2 diffuses come out from them. The smokes are already starting to come down, trying to stall something on Sedated side that will never come to be. With that being said though, look what the spike is against, taking a journey into mid. This has never really been contested on French Toast side because of the smokes going down. It seems like they have never any idea that a double person duo is resting in the middle. In fact, it's all very spread apart, and they're using that to their advantage.
Oh, Tanaka playing a very dangerous game here in this mid corridor. Scully, who has been so dangerous for French Toast Mafia, backs away just as Tanaka surges forward there. We are denied what could have been an epic fight, but here comes Tanaka giving us the show, falls down to Scully. Scully wins out in the end. On the opposite side, Branted takes down Animal. The kills going 1 for 1. Branted taken low there over towards B side, pushing forward now, trying to inflict the pain. Gets the double kill, pops the Showstopper, lets it rip for the triple kill from the grave. Scully doing what they can, but now a 1v2. This very well could be Sedated's moment to seal the match. Razzie has been so Clutch, so dangerous for French Toast Mafia. Do they have a bit more left in the tank? Jagamo sends the spike alongside with Sinker over towards the A side. A long trip indeed for Razzie as the clock ticks down. There goes the spike plant. Sinker able to set up the defenses as well. The security system is armed and ready to go. Razzie now in the 1v2 fighting for French Toast Mafia's life. It's all over. Sinker and Sedated win out in round 2 of the group stage. GG.
A fantastic showing coming out from Sedated once again. Who was surprised about that win happening? Sedated has had a long history of a lot of success in Valorant when it comes to showings like the Valorant Sunday Showdown. They've done such a good job. But the French Toast Mafia, they might be a new squad, but they still have a little bit more refining to do on their attacking side. But hey, you know what, Dilly? That's a good thing. We can see them come out next week and maybe we can see what they can bring to the table.
I think the future certainly looks very bright for the French Toast Mafia, despite the loss here today. Sedated is one of the toughest teams possible to face in the Valorant Sunday Showdown. Picking up 6 rounds against them is no small feat, and picking up 6 rounds against Jagamo is no small feat. 22-11-5, an insane KDA coming out from the Omen. Combat score 318, well over 300 for Jagamo, your match MVP. And because of Jagamo's performance, this win never really looked in doubt for Sedated.
It looked great through and through for Sedated side. I can't wait to see them continue on in the future into this tournament. And hey, maybe if we're lucky enough, we can see Project versus Sedated and see which one of them can really come out on top.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully that will be coming up soon. But we are going to take a short break, and round 3 of the group stage will be coming up. So definitely stick around. You definitely don't want to miss it.